Now then, everyone, how are we? Welcome along. It is Saturday evening, which of course means it's time for a bit of old footy manager, isn't it? It also means we've got a league to stay in. Oh dear, yeah, things got a little bit exciting, didn't they, last night? We have now managed to take it to 5 games to go. It's going to be tight. It's going to be tight. It's going to be very, very tight. We're 1 point ahead of the police service of Northern Ireland with 5 matches to go. Guess who we've got to play within those 5 matches? Evening Rebellious, evening Owen, evening Raggio, evening Ali, welcome in, and of course everyone else who's in the background as well. We don't play Manchester United, Rebellious, believe it or not, we don't play Manchester United. We have to play the Police Service of Northern Ireland. Of course we do, there they are. We also have to play Bangor, who are of course currently sat 3rd. Moyola Parker sat 5th. So the Police Service of Northern Ireland are sat bottom. Armagh at 8th. Tobermory at 2nd. Not an easy run, I'm guessing. To be honest, Roppo, welcome in. Hope you're well, buddy. Let's have a little look and see what the police service have got. They, of course, have a cup game, so that could be good in terms of the fact that they've got an extra match to play. They've got to play Queens, who are in 4th. Then they've got to play Armagh, who are in 8th. They've got to play Moyola as well, who are in 5th. And they've also got to play Distillery, who are in 6th. So, again, they've not got it easy. Although they've got 2 home games, 2 away games. Sorry, 3 home games, 2 away games. We have got 2 home games, 3 away games as well. Now, Fraser says all the stream works a lot better when I'm not sat in the middle of Cornwall. Yeah, welcome back, Fraser. Welcome in. Of course, it's a pleasure to have you. Look, I'm not gonna beat around the bush. This is gonna be tough, right? This is gonna be a tough end to the season. We've not played badly. I'll be honest, we've not played badly. Okay. We've just been unlucky. We've been very, very unlucky. Like this game against Port Stewart, for example, last night, fine, they battered us, but we only lost 1-0, right? And I don't really think, if I'm being honest, they didn't really look like they were going to score more than 1 goal, okay? Distillery, we went 1-0 up. We conceded in the 92nd minute. 92nd minute. Ugh, awful. Ballymacash, 1-0 defeat. We lost the goal after 8 minutes. We couldn't break them down at home, and we got a red card in the last minute. That wasn't exactly helpful. Dollingstown 3-3. Look at that. We went 2-0 up, then we went 3-2 down, then we pulled a goal back, and then it was half time. Right? 3-0 defeat against Limavady, 3-1 against Queens. They were dreadful. They were dreadful. But we beat Distillery 2-0. We drew 0-0 with Tobermory. We drew 1-0 with Bangor. I don't think we're getting sacked. Fraser. However, I must say, right, what will happen if we end up bottom of the table is that we will, of course, have to leave the club because there is no Division 4. Okay? Now, I still think that we should be all right. I mean, look at this. This is the board overall performance, right? We've been competitive in the cups. They're very happy with that. We've avoided relegation so far. The board is satisfied. Okay? Now, anyone who's managed in Northern Ireland before could tell me what happens after this next 5 games. Because I feel as though for the season to end in April, that feels short. We shall see. We've got 13 days, though, to get ourselves sorted, right? We're going to have a couple of team away days. We'll have a meeting here as well because, of course, everything's a little bit down in the dumps. Now, look, have to remain focused. That's what we want. Okay? Good to see. Everyone's in there. Boring off season. Okay, so it does end in April. Right, okay, fine. We do, of course, as Roper says, we've got that youth intake to look forward to. Look, this is what we've got. Look at this. And I know, granted, it's going to be in the situation of, like, comparative to what we've got. But we need that. We need to see that. Right? We've got players in on loan who've come from higher above, who are just sort of settling into how we play. The formation itself isn't bad. I think maybe Cowan as a DLP isn't quite creating as much as we hoped. Watts up front, he's not got us the goals we're hoping for. He's not really sort of hit the ground running. We may have to revert back to Neil Cassidy possibly, stick him up there. But then again, I sort of feel as though if we've got Watts there, we sort of play him. But then again, Cassidy has got goals. Cassidy's already scored goals. You know, he scored 6 goals in 8 games. He sort of deserves his chance, really. Like, we need to put him in there to go, like, look, you are the one. You are the one. Yes, Stag, how are you, man? How are you? Welcome in. We have got ourselves in a pickle, mate. We've got ourselves in a pickle. We have got 5 games to avoid being relegated. And, of course, we can't get relegated in this division because if we do get relegated, we have to go and find a new job. That's how I'm politely putting it. We have got such bad luck, okay? Our centre-backs have been just missing the ball, really. Like, if you look, the thing is, okay, and I text this to Matt earlier, okay, because Matt was like, how are you finding the save? I was like, you know what, right? You know what? It's okay. Owen, you're right, yeah, 1 point because fucking the police service won their last match, didn't they? They got a 92nd minute winner against Tobermory, who are sat currently 2nd. Now, far be it from me to suggest any element of skullduggery here, right? But also, our goal difference is far superior. Because look, even though we're near the bottom, our goal difference is only -5. So you know what I mean? It's not like we're getting hammered left, right, and centre, right? But what we have got is a whole load of mistakes, collective mistakes, right? Look at the kind of goals that we're conceding, okay? Let's try and work out exactly how we blame our centre halves for this. Okay, corner kick comes in. That's just sloppy from a corner, right? Not great. This, of course, is the match where we took the lead and then conceded the 92nd minute. The mentality's not there. We need to get the mentality into the players. So this is us taking the lead here, 31 minutes into the game. What about that for a strike? Bit of dodgy goalkeeping, we'll take that. But what a strike. And then this. Okay, so let's just stop the match there. Okay, as we rewind it, we can see where the goal comes from, right? We can see what the issue is. So Oggy gets his goal there. Okay, and if we just pause it here. So at the minute, we're fairly well set up, right? We're fairly well set up. 1, 2, 3. Centre back, three defenders there. There's your 4th. He could maybe be doing a little bit tighter personally, you know, so that's Anderson. Not saying it's his fault, but just keep your eye on him, right? Okay, there he comes towards him. So again, this guy's not really got many places to go, right? He can only really play the ball here, and then by that point, it's going to take a great ball to get back into here for him to turn around, get in that space, and for this ball not to be cut out by either of these 2 defenders, right? Yeah. Let's just roll it on. No one thought to look at the fella who was just going to run from behind ever so slightly, right? And just see him just dinking out. You know, where's he come from? Right, where is it? Back here again. Right, no one's thought to have a little look at your man who just decides to run off the back of the shoulder. Where is it? I'm going to have to go back in again, aren't I? Sorry, I've ballsed it up. Right. Hey, I shouldn't have really paused it. Life hack for you. Plus and... okay, so plus and minus on the keyboard to fast forward and right. Lovely. Right. Got that. Okay. Time to get physical strikers up front. It is and it isn't, Owen. So, in the summer it will be. Right now, it's about getting people who aren't idiots at centre-half. So, because obviously we need to get centre-halves. Right, so this is Shearer here. This is where he starts, right? He's being marked, okay, by Reed. Okay? That's fine. Reed's come in. He's relatively new in his career. Look, just watch him. We're all expecting the ball to have to go back here and then a 1-2. No one even spots this fella here, right? McCarnock comes in, turns around. It's a great pass. Right? And he's carved us open. You know, so you're sort of going, wait, what's the issue there? Like, how's that happened? Evening, Alec. How are you? Welcome in. welcome in. This, of course, here. So this is 8 minutes into the game here against Ballymacash. They put the ball up over the top. He's already on his bike, right? He's already on his bike, okay? Who's my man here? It's Leopard. It's another centre-half. This is a guy that we've got in on loan because our other centre-half isn't good enough. So our line looks reasonable. We've told everyone to drop deep a little bit because we thought, right, we're at home. 7 minutes in the match. We don't want to be sat too deep because we invite too much pressure. We'll step up. Brilliant idea. We're a goal down. Can't work out where the defensive line is meant to be. If we look at this one here, Dollingstown as well. Okay? So we go 2-0 up, right? So we're happy with that. Okay, we can enjoy a little bit of sort of positivity at this point for where we go. So Croskery, great ball in. McCavitt, good header, bit fortunate, bad goalkeeping. Defender misses that ball there. Downey gets to the end of it. Oof, off the underside of the bar. But then there you go. Little sort of like tap in. Bit of luck. Here we go. Defender. Right back, centre back. Guess where the ball's going? Behind the right back here, which means that centre back stepped up, and all of a sudden, there's just grass to run into. Okay? He gets his head up here. Really, we've either got to sort of press him now, force him down there so he has to take a shot across the goal, or he's going to have to pull it back. Like that. To this guy, who now has all this space. Right? Now, he's not going to shoot from there, is he? Yes, he is. Of course he is. Then we'll put the ball back up front here. So, good defensive header there from the midfielder. Centre back and right back are just here. This man here's got loads of space. Right midfielder's not quite tight. It's just dropping. Right midfielder now figures I'll get close to him. Or shall I not? I'll go to the ball instead. Runner comes off. Thinks, again, you're not going to score from here. You are not scoring from here. The angle isn't for you. Apparently it is. Then we gave away a silly penalty. That makes it 3-2. Right. And then we somehow get a goal back just before half time. Very, very fortunate, to be honest. But look at that. That's the sort of thing we need. That's really, we need to get those players diving in there, you know, and helping us with those goals. Limavady, 3-0. Let's have a look at these, right? Because again, I'm going to presume it's all kind of the same sort of goals, really. 5 minutes. Again, a goal conceded really early on. Okay. Thinking there, 4 players marking 1. Should be 2. He comes across this guy who doesn't even think about tackling me either. And he pops it up. Hunter's flat direct, to be honest. Even Apocalypse, welcome in. Brown comes down the wing here, cuts it back to Carlin. He comes inside to this guy, I'm presuming Boardman. Again, relatively well set up. He maybe could be a bit deeper. But as the ball comes in now, there's a 2-on-1 situation here. He's just stood, wondering why he's not followed his man. Doesn't need to, because he's just smashed it in from distance. Right. Astrash G, appreciate the follow. Thank you for that. And then corner comes in. Straight back. He's right next to him. He doesn't even put his foot on it. Straight back there. And then 3-0. Right. So, having looked at all that. Okay, now, Stag there says, loves the detailed analysis on figuring out the positional mistakes. I have to, because, as I say, I don't think we're playing that badly. I think it's just a bit of luck, a bit of bad luck. And I think it's just the players aren't quite good enough, which is understandable because we're amateur footballers. Now, I'm obviously trying not to get too sort of worried about it because it's a new match engine. We're learning as we go along, right? Chaos ball is great. Could we go with a double pivot? We could. Now, explain to me a double pivot, right? We need centre-backs with better positioning. Yes, we do. Because Anderson has got positioning of 9, okay? And Snodden has got positioning of 13. 13. Right, so Snodden's not making mistakes. Leopard has positioning of 11. So again, you'd think Leopard, who has been suspended, of course, for the last couple of matches, should come back in. So Leopard and Snodden theoretically make that back four. Okay, obviously they've not got a relationship yet. They've not been there long enough. Angus Johnson is a right back who's better than Campbell. Okay, so he's been in there. He is, however, now a bit tired, so he might have to come out. Although he does technically have 2 more weeks to recover. Okay, so you would go with 2 DMs and 2 wingers, much like the 4-4-2. And then 1 advanced playmaker just behind the striker. So a single striker. 2 DMs off a better protection. 2 DMs 100% work in this match engine. Right? The problem is how do we then get the ball forward? Right? How do we get the ball forward in this situation? Right? Because if we have 2 DMs there, okay? Let's say we look at who's going to play defensive mid? McCavett, maybe? Or, I mean, we've got proper defensive midfielders in Edgar. That and long ball chaos. Long ball could be the way. You know? We got all that. We've got wingers. Wingers on attack. Or just literally have wingers on attack and then direct through the middle. And then get, what? Someone dropping in there in the number 10. So maybe have Downey there as the advanced playmaker. And then maybe not Jackson Reed, because Jackson Reed's sort of just come in and is getting a bit worried, but that hit the long ball, people make mistakes and we capitalise. Is that the way to go? Is that the way to go? Have Downey picking up the scraps. He has to be in that position rather than here, doesn't he? And then, yeah, McCavett being the pressing forward. Or do we make him as an advance forward and just have him running the whole way? Is that what we're thinking? So maybe have Edgar and then change his things to hold position. He's on hold position, so take fewer risks, maybe. Or do we want him to take risks? McCavett on the bench, can he play CAM? He can, but so we've got an interesting one, right? So Chris Cowan has great vision, okay? He has 13 for great vision. He has 8 for passing, though. 8 for passing. And then McCavett has 11 for passing, but 8 for vision. Do you know what I mean? It's so frustrating. It's so frustrating. This team's just not quite got enough. We thought we'd get Croskery in because he's got acceleration, crossing of 9. But McElroy's come in. He's sort of trying to do a little bit more. He's got crossing of 6. He's got dribbling of 11. Maybe we put him over there. Maybe we put Croskery on there. That could work. And then we put Rui Alves on the bench up here. Maybe in place of Jackson Reed. To be fair, probably wasn't good enough for us when we loaned him in, but we thought, let's try it. Alex B official as well. Welcome in, by the way. Appreciate the follow. Very kind. Brexit ball, John Nobby, exactly. Like, Sean Dyche is sat going, I've got an idea. That's what I want. Wrist, welcome in. Artist, possibly Artist. Wrist, I'm not sure how I'm pronouncing that, but welcome. Thank you very much for being part of tonight's stream. Hope you enjoy it. Hope is going to be the word that we're going to use a lot of tonight. Now, see, the thing is here as well, Chris McMahon is the club's captain, right? I do McGavitt for Downey. Dennis Knox, welcome in. Appreciate the follow. Do I ever hire trampolines? No, I don't. We have a trampoline for the children. They've gone in the garden. You put Michael McCavett in for Downey. He's doing a finishing of 4 though. So even if he gets in that position, I mean, he's not. So Downey's vision and passing. So Downey's been in the chat. He plays a number 10 apparently in real life. Now, his finishing is 10. So having him up there isn't the worst thing in the world. His determination is 12. His off the ball's 11. Okay? His acceleration's not great. His vision's not ideal at 7. So trampoline rentals sounds like a very specialist industry. It does. Unless he's hoping for that sort of new manager bounce, maybe. Could we play, for example, as a shadow striker, maybe? He could go there as an AMC, but then I just feel like we're lacking like a wasted opportunity, really. He'd be good as an inside forward. Yeah, because that's the thing. He's been playing out wide, cutting in. So he's been as an inverted winger, and he's obviously been cutting in and getting goals for us. Now, he doesn't exactly have that player trait of cutting inside, but he has been getting in on the end of things and getting a couple of goals, right? But now, can he get the ball? Can he bring the ball down in this position? So his jumping reach is 9, okay? His strength is 4. He's not going to hold the ball, to be honest. He's not going to be a presence for the ball to stick. I mean, even Watts is only got a strength of 6. So I can't really even have him there just to sort of plonk him and sort of hope that, right, get the ball up to him, hold it up. 3 for Niall Cassidy. We don't want to drop McCavitt back because he's the one who's actually scoring the goals and keeping us up there. So essentially this is sort of where we're at. We either play Downey out on the left, okay, with someone like McCavitt just behind, which I'm not hugely a fan of. Do we play Cassidy just behind? I mean, is it time for the McCavitts to win it for us? Lorcan and McIlroy. Do we put him out wide, or do we put? So it's McIlroy or Croskery on the right. Bear in mind, Croskery costs us 20 quid a week, but at the minute, it's a price worth paying. You know. So we want to compare the two of them. So Croskery, a little bit more pace, a little bit more physical, tiny bit more vision, a bit better technically. But in terms of attacking and mentals, Lorcan's just a tiny bit better. But I think Croskery probably nudges it until it gets to dribbling. Croskery's a little bit physically better as well, actually. McCavitt at CAM. I mean, he could fit at CAM, and we can have like a sort of 5 in the midfield. But I think that's the thing as well, isn't it? Like, do we go for, what are we doing? Are we going to go for 1 win, or are we going to go for 5 draws? Because we could have McCavitt there as a CM on attack, right? That's fine. Or even a CM on support and just make it difficult for teams to get past us. Yeah? That could work. Okay? We could do that. We could then put him on attack to get forward a little bit more. We could put him in the hole if needs be. We can always bring Cowan in if needs be instead, just to add a little bit of sort of stability in midfield. Could even be a playmaker. Edgar's there doing his defensive work, but Edgar's not great, is he? Edgar's not great. Where's our other defensive midfielder? Gavin Conn. Again, tackling of 7, positioning of 9. It's not. Need 1 win, throw the kitchen sink. Tackling of 5. Edgar's not quite going to make it in central defence, is he? What about Anderson? Do we put Anderson maybe in midfield? Hear me out here, right? He's not done particularly well as a centre back, right? But if we give him there and we put him maybe as like an anchor, all he has to do is just carry it. The attributes change colours depending on the level you're playing at. I'm not sure actually. No, I don't think so. I've kept them as standard though, Stag. So there is a way of changing it, isn't it? How do we do that? Got 21 league goals last season with one positioning. Reckon he was so bad at positioning he confused the defenders. Probably. Even advice, how are you? Settings and skin colours. Okay. Okay, so it's around here, isn't it? Is this right? Preferences. Is it attributes? Skin colours. There you go, custom skin colours. Right, okay. So, yeah, welcome in, BRN. Welcome in. Right, Apocalypse and Rista, what's going on? So, yeah, so this is not going to sort of give us any indication by league, though, is it, really? That's just going to give us a sort of an average 12, 9 and 5. Well, you know your drill, Stag. Oh yeah, congratulations on your cousin winning, by the way. Congratulations on cousin winning. I got the little bit about not being wheelchair accessible, but that's more of a venue issue than a sports issue, surely. Because there is absolutely a wheelchair snooker. Absolutely there is. And then change the colours as well. Okay, let's have a look. Dennis Knox, by the way. I don't know if I said hello for you in bin, but well done. Change the colours for look. Ropper, I'll try anything at this point. I'll try anything. So, what are we going to go with then? Low attributes are red, I presume. There'll be a lot. Anything that needs to be done. I mean, look at that. That pretty much says straight away, these players are bad. Look at that, man. First thing to change is making low attributes dark grey so they almost disappear. I mean, that's a tactic, isn't it? That's a tactic. I knew you could do it, but I wasn't really that sure about how to do it, really. Right. If you're getting abused, right, pack it in for a start, Rester. Right, you get one more warning, okay? And if you're not, then we'll boot you out. Apocalypse, send me whatever he's sending. Right. Does that make sense then there? Dark greys. Whites for first. Do we go for whites or do we go for blues? Are whites reasonable or average attributes? Maybe get like a blue or something on there. Team will benefit from slower build-up play. Well, blue sort of just about get there, isn't it? Keep it with white. I love the way this is now. Like, this is literally like us delaying the tactics to sort of get ourselves into the into the match. Good. What colour is good for these attributes? Like, if I was to think about an attribute, what would be a good colour? That's a tiny bit better, right? Is that a bit better? Is that sort of almost tying with the skin colour here? Does that work? Can you make that one out, Ropper? So yellow is average, is that right? Right. Rista. That's good. Okay, let me just double check exactly what that actually means, because I've just changed some stuff and I've not really sort of like spent much time working out what's going on. Skin colour, right? So, okay, blue is for average. Yellow is good. Green is excellent, and then whatever we can't see. So that's, we presume, is bad, right? Okay. Oh dear. Here we go. Right. So what do we think then? Anderson at DM, right? Tackling. Passing of 7. Positioning of 9. Acceleration's not great. Aggression, of course, is 15. Decision making good. Determination good. Not really that strong, but could he offer us something defensively, do you think? To just sort of sit there and be that water carrier almost. Jumping reach of 13, so he might be able to cut the ball out as it's going through. And then if he misses it, it's then going to be on the other centre-half behind him to pick up the slack. So he's not the one making the mistake. There's then somebody else behind them. That might work. That might work. Right, so we've got all that first. Positivity it's on positive. Positive mentality. I don't know. Let's try him as a playmaker first of all. Right. How's that looking? Is that looking about right? Do we think? Right, we're just setting up the shape first, setting up who's going to be there, then we'll start breaking it down further by going to the actual nuances of the tactics. I'd say direct is linked to risk taking. Yes, I agree. We're losing a lot of balls, by the way, because when we have a look at the distribution for Hunter, he does end up costing a lot of possession because he's just pinging the ball out wide, and no one's, of course, is getting on the end of it. So 0 mistakes leading to goals, though, so that's interesting. Okay, but he has been intercepted 41 times. Has he been intercepted, or does he make 41 interceptions? Okay, now this, however, if we look at Anderson's here, apparently he's only made 1 mistake leading to a goal. Not convinced. I think he's made more. He's missed 231 of his passes. 231 of his 637. He's won 8 tackles. 8 out of 11. He's actually playing a little bit better than I thought he was. This is interesting. This must be surely this must be the last match. I know it says all competitions, but surely not. Surely not. Right. So here we go then, right. So this is where we're going to go. We're going to go with this, okay? Right, we're going to go route 1. We're going to go route 1, okay? Balanced. Are we going route 1, or are we going to try and sort of do a custom style again? I think we just have to go route 1, don't we? Tick-a-tacker. I like you, Robert. I like you. All of a sudden, these guys are going, but boss, just ask us to put the ball on the floor and pass it. We can totally do it. I think it's just fucking hoof it, innit? It's hoof it. We either hoof it forward or we hoof it wide. What do we think? Can McGavitt actually head the ball? He's got a jumping reach of 5. So double round outers instead of the side of a trequartista. Yeah, I think so. I think let's go for the 4 trequartistas of the apocalypse, right? Let's try that. That'll be the way, right? So we're either going to go through the middle, or we're pinging the ball out wide. We're going to go wing or direct. Wing or route 1. What are we thinking? Give me some quick answers here. One for the wing. 3 for the wing, 1 for route 1. 2 for route 1, but then we're also a wing as well. We can go direct to the wings. However, again, we need those people to actually be able to get the ball. Downey, strength of 4 on the wings. Croskery, strength of 6. So we ping the ball out to him, actually. He's 6'3" as well, man. He should be able to put himself about a bit. Jumping reach of 14. Eddie, first time in the chat, says wings. Right, Eddie. What you've done now is you've got this, okay? Right, we're going down the wings. We're going down the wings for you, Eddie. Okay, so we're going to go balanced first of all. Okay? Take all this off. Okay? Play wide. Stretch the play. Okay? We'll stretch the play. We're going to go slightly more direct. Keep the tempo at standard. Okay? Do we play for free kicks? Play for set plays? You know what to do. Shoot on sight as keepers are shit. They are shit, but we sort of waste quite a lot. Focus down the left and the right. Leave the overlaps up. Yeah. Passing the space, keep off, usually realising good decisions of good pass and good anticipation of the receivers. Yeah, 100%. We don't have either players who can pass well enough into space or people who are good enough off the ball to run onto it. So, right. Distributing the ball to the flanks. We're going to counter when we can. Are we regrouping? And this can really consider just bribing the police. Not a million miles off, to be honest. Not a million miles off. Dribble less, forces them to make a pass. It's not a bad idea, but then again, are we going to give the ball away? But then again, they've got terrible dribbling, so why not? Why not try? Everything else hasn't worked. Well, let's do the opposite. To be honest, let's do the exact opposite. So let's press, and let's. I sort of think we roll the ball out to the fullbacks and then come down the wings that way rather than just pinging the ball out. I think we have to, really, don't we? Slow the pace down, roll it out to the fullbacks, okay, and then we want to go with a mid block rather than a low block, okay. Stop the crosses and then try and force them outside. Are we going to force them outside or are we forcing them inside? And do we step up as well? That's... I guess we'll know when they start playing. Less is better. Less is better for what? Have them just dropping off. Stop crosses maybe not ideal, as encourage your player to move out of position. Okay. Yeah, so just leave them to sort of do what they want to do. Leave them blank apart from dropping off. Okay, that makes sense. Do we want to press from the front and have the keeper shut out as well? So get McCavitt to put an absolute shift in. We've not done that. We've not pressed from the front. Tony, please can you ban that guy? Right, okay, that's fine. Send me what he's been saying. Send me what he's been saying as well. Yeah, because I don't think it doesn't look like we've got any mods around at this time, so. But yes, we can do. Don't let them burn the stamina. Mid block won't probably work anyway. Right, okay. So that's that. Okay, we're happy with that. So that's going to be called, we'll call that final roll of the dice. Okay. Obviously, we can then yeah. No, I get what he's done, but I need to see what he's been saying as well. So send me what he's been saying. Right. So we can move McCavitt back down if needs be. So I've banned him. Okay. But as I say, let me also send it me, like do a screenshot and send it me either by Discord or send it me by a whisper in here. Ian Rooney, how are you, buddy? Welcome in. Pleasure to see you. Yeah, Discord's just there. Yeah, jump in on it. Bosnian brother, welcome in. Nice to see you, man. Appreciate the follow. Rooney, how was the stream? How are you getting on? Please tell me your tactic is much more crazy than this. Right, so that's the final roll of the dice. McCavitt can drop back if needs be, okay? Or we can push him up top and make it into a two-striker system, yeah? Or we can go to a 4-2-3-1 if we really have to. Yes, no, absolutely. If there's toxic people in there, then we need to get rid of them. But like I say, I need to also be able to judge on what people are actually doing. So if I can get that as well, that'd be great. But yeah, I'm not just going to... Obviously, I want to make sure that everyone's safe and everyone feels well and everyone feels comfortable in here. Benny, appreciate the follow. Very kind. As I say, I need to make sure everybody needs to feel safe and welcoming here. Okay. Love the podcast, my man. Thank you, Benny. Thank you very much indeed. Appreciate you. You can come back again. Leave them back, see how the game pans out. Yes, of course. That's why you go blogging. Don't you start with bloggers, Stag. There's been a there's been a thing, hasn't there? Right, now final bits of training. Let's have a look. Any preference what we can do? I think maybe we, instead of overall, we do tactical familiarity, maybe. Hard choices, twiglets or knickknacks. Yeah, there's not a lot, is it? Do charity boxing, bloggers versus streamers. If it's MMA, I'd do it. That'd be fun. It'd be really good, actually. All the money goes to charity. Yeah, that'd be quite good, actually. They did a comedians charity boxing before. That raised a lot of money. Right, let's do tactical there. And then let's, next of all, do match prep, so match tactics. Match tactics and teamwork, I think, really, isn't it? Attacking patient. TikTok versus YouTube era. Could you imagine? The TikTokers have got stamina. They'd see us out. Attacking patient. Do we do attacking patient? I'll tell you what we'll do. We'll do set pieces. Attacking corners. And then match practice. I'll tell you what we're going to have. Just attacking and defending corners. And we're going to go teamwork and tactics here. This might not be the right way to do it. But literally going like, let's just... Do we do like anything such as... Do we bother with things like chance conversion or chance creation or transitions? Or KC, appreciate the follow. That's very kind. Thank you for that. Try this one. Oh no, that's fine. Don't worry, you take your time. Don't worry, I'm all right. So attacking free kicks, and then set pieces. So defending corners. Still, actually, maybe that's going to be just match practice. So would that be looking about right? Or do we try and, instead of putting all these in, instead of match practice, do we go on an extra team bonding mission right there? Does that make sense? Okay, so teamwork and tactics, set pieces, bonding, teamwork and tactics, set pieces, match practice. Is that about right? Because to be honest, we've got nothing else to work on really. Like, it's just we need to get morale and we need to get goals. I don't think there's going to be anything else that they can learn. They're not going to learn anything that's high pro. Like, they're not going to learn anything highbrow. They're not going to learn transitions or anything like that. Time to drop the wing backs now. The wingers back. The wingers aren't there. The wingers are just here as they are. We're not pushing the wingers forward. The wingers only get forward when we get desperate and we have to really start turning the direct passing up. And we turn it that 4-2-3-1. Are we keeping play for set plays? Should we play for set plays if we're practicing them? Although maybe I always think that play for set plays slows the game down a little bit, possibly. Or am I unsure about that? Wide midfielder for an attack might be an idea for your wingers. Okay, particularly for Croskery then, because he's obviously a little bit less of a winger per se. Contribute more defensive and a clean slate for player instructions, add more depending on the flow of the game. Okay, that sounds interesting. Closes down more, tackles harder. Look at that. Right, winger on attack. Okay. So, oh no, wide midfield, sorry. Right. Okay. Away to Miola Park, they're 5th. They've won 5 on the bounce and then just lost to Queens. And they've got a game here as well against PSNIS. So that's the Indonesian football club, isn't it? So that's what I'm thinking. If we can get an extra team bonding session in, that would be great. But I think we need to probably have a look at, do we do match practice there rather than What do we think? Do we put an extra team bonding in here? Or do we do an extra set pieces drill? Because again, I'm thinking that realistically, what's the difference? What's going to work now that hasn't worked before? I sort of think maybe we just need to just do set pieces. Tell you what, let's do attacking free kicks as well. Actually, we'll try and do. Didn't realize you had a few training spots. Yeah. Well, obviously because they're clearly just part-timers, aren't they? That's the problem. So defensive shape helps team cohesion. Interesting, Lough41. Okay. So would these guys understand that then? Would they understand that? So if we put defensive shape in before an away game, possibly against Mayola, so we are a little bit defensive. We're going to work on our attacking free kicks. Actually, I tell you what, let's work on attacking free kicks here, and let's work on defending corners here. So defensively, we're getting set up, yeah. Then at home against Bangor, attacking corners and attacking free kicks. Obviously, we haven't got any time for match practice or whatever. That's what I'm thinking. Let's go with that. Okay, so ultimately, what we probably need to do is work out a poll. Are we staying up? Right, let's go with it. 5-minute poll. On you go, everyone. Play for set pieces. Did I put the play for set piece on? There you go. Right. Oh, Jesus. They're reckoning that Watts should be dropped, which is fair enough. Okay. Now, on this tactics screen, he's on an AP on support. Let's go AP on attack first of all. We've tinkered, God help us. We've absolutely tinkered. Lulu. I mean, we had to really because nothing else was working, right? So Mayola have come off the back of a 4-1 win against PSNI, right? So this is what, you know, it's good in the sense that it'll have hit the police service's morale, right? That's what we hope. We hope that's the situation. Oh, Keenan Diver looks good. He is on a wage as well, so he's someone we can maybe loan in next season. Marking of 10, tackling of 9, heading of only 7 though. But everything else though, decision making's decent. Anticipation, positioning. He's on the shortlist already. Okay, let's keep scouting him and find out what he's saying. Okay, find a bit more about him, I think, to be honest. Spam continuing until you get to the match. I know, but I'm just trying to build it up. I'm trying to build it up. I need to build it up in my head as to what's going on. You know, because obviously I don't want to get to the situation where we get to the end of the season and we have no club. That would be embarrassing. It wouldn't. Well, wouldn't be embarrassing because obviously it's something that, you know, will happen clearly. But it'll be a shame. It'll be a terrible shame. Jordan McMullen looks good though. Obviously we can't bring him in just yet. He's out of contract in the summer. So again, probably not for us in the terms of players we can afford to sign, right? You know, players we can't really afford to sign. Right. Okay. Cool. Appreciate that, Apocalypse. Thank you. Right, as I say, yeah, we've banned him anyway, so yeah, that's where we are. Right, yeah, I'd rather not. I'd rather not have to find a new club after one season, but we'll see. We'll see. Hopefully not. Hopefully not. We all believe, right? We all believe. So let's start praising some players. Okay, who else is doing well in the squad that needs a bit of a boost? Who's doing well so far in terms of current form? Nobody really. nobody. I'd rather you would. That means you've won the league. I mean, the thing is though, even if we're even if we do well for the next couple of weeks, it just means we have to start all over again next season, doesn't it? So the fun begins again. Right, how do I Stag, where's the current form? There we go. Go back to current form. Anyone playing well over the last few games? No. Nope, apparently not. Apparently not. Can't really work it out from there. Oh, it's Myola Park. It's Myola Park. Right, be confident. Be confident. Okay? Believes. Okay, now also let's just ignore the fact that we lost our coach. Let's ignore that. Right, let's ignore that. Okay. Don't think I've got a view of the last 5 games average rating on it. That's fine. That's fine. That's not a problem. So yeah, we may have lost a coach, but we gained £1,000 though. Look at that. It's gone in the coffers, right? And that's obviously helped us a lot. Andy Olio, appreciate the follow. That's very kind. Thank you. Quickest way is to ping the to the default view for selection info. Okay, cool. Right, let's have a look, because we are going to need... It should be a breakthrough prospect. Formally make the change. He isn't good enough to be a regular starter. Let's not do that to him right now, though. It's probably going to really upset him, isn't it? Of course we are, has won the chat. Yes, we're staying up. Of course we're staying up. Of course we're staying up. Scouts, physios, coaches. Coaches is what we need. Have we not got a job advert for a coach out there, please? We have. We need a coach. At the minute, we've got a coach who can just do goalkeeping and fitness. This is not going to go well. Just worked out now. If it goes badly, this is exactly why. This is going to be one of the reasons why. There's many, many reasons why.